Alright everyone, let's check things out from the student's perspective. Your students are going to need to start with ClassLink. From there, they'll need to find the NWEA option. They can find this by scrolling and finding this icon. They can also search WEA. Again, this is the icon. They will select the icon. From there, it will take them to their testing window. Many of them might run into this error, but do not fret. It is an easy fix. And depending on what day you're testing, this may have already been corrected on another laptop. So if a student has this error pop up, referencing screen resolution, you will have them minimize all their windows. They will go to the home screen. They will right click and select display settings. From there, they will scroll down to change the size of text, apps, and other items. Remember, our issue is our screen resolution, it's our size, but rather than worrying about the specifics, we're going to just focus on percentages. So have your students select this option and change it to 100%. Many of our campus desktops and laptops are set at 150. Have them set it to 100. It may take a second. Things might jumble around and move as it's resetting. Once it is done, they can close out the setting window, go back to their testing window, hit refresh, and they are now able to log in. Now back to my first video, we referenced a session name and a password. Let me open this up. We have our session name and our password. So I'm going to have my students type in their session name. Everyone's session name is the exact same, and everyone's password is the exact same. I recommend having this posted somewhere in your classroom, the projector, somewhere it's easy to see by everyone because they're all going to be using it. As they come in and get on their web page, they can get started. So the session name, let's review, was our campus number, followed by a period, our grade level, followed by a period, the teacher's last name, the content area, period, followed by the teacher's last name, and the period and the class period. 01, first period. And the unique password for this session was 4604. The student will then click the blue arrow. It will take them to this window. From there, they will need to select their name. As a reminder, each student has used the exact same session name and the same password. They have not begun any sort of unique part of the process. Everyone is the same, so they will need to go in and select their unique name. That way, the data and assessment is aligned with them. So I've selected my student name. I click the blue arrow to continue. It checks with the student a second time to be sure they are on the correct page. If they are sure, they will hit yes. From there, it will stop. While students are getting to their name, reaching this window, I recommend you be in your classroom, working the room, actively monitoring to be sure students have selected the correct name and they have made it to this window. And again, in fact, it is their name on the screen. From there, going back to the teacher side. Teachers, once your students are logged in and you've checked all the names, you can return to your Proctor page, like I mentioned earlier, and check to see that you have your students waiting to be confirmed. Once all of your students have been confirmed, you've walked around the room. This is the second time I mentioned it earlier. Once you're ready, you will hit the confirm button, and it will begin the test for said students who are ready. I will start to make some videos in regards to troubleshooting as well, and you will be receiving a day of assessment packet/folder for me with some quick tips, tricks, and hints on how to troubleshoot any technology issues, any errors that may arise. That way you have that on hand in case I'm not readily available when you are assessing.